since white America has not yet admitted its sinful nature, admitted its criminal nature, since it tries to rationalize its basic criminality, it must then continue to project criminality on other people. It must, in a sense, try to make African people responsible for their own enslavement, just as it tries to make the Indian responsible for their own decimation. In other words, then, you have a racist psychological character assassination that is ongoing. The continuing assassination of African people, which you're talking about here today in terms of the Post and other newspapers, the continuing assassination of African people on radio, TV, magazines, and every medium is an attempt for whites to continue to justify the original crime of enslaving and abusing black people. And consequently then, as long as they can assassinate the characters of our people, as long as they can project that we are innately criminal, that we are innately inferior, they can feel justified in terms of what they have done to us and what they are doing to us and what they will do to us as a people. In order to deny their own criminality, they must then project that criminality on to other people. And you will see then a standard feature of white American society is that of projecting criminality on non-white people. Black people, Indians, Iraqis, it doesn't matter. As a matter of fact, a part of the New World Order is to demonize the third world and use that world as a means for attacking it and exploiting it and maintaining empirical control over it. And it will do that by demonizing and criminalizing non-white people. We've seen it in Panama, we've seen it in Grenada, and as I mentioned, we've seen it in Iraq. And now you can bet your bottom dollar that these people are in search of other enemies at this point. Because you see, ladies and gentlemen, the military-industrial complex is a complex that needs a chronic enemy, because that complex has become so vital to American economic stability. And so consequently, the nation literally has to stay in a permanent war mode if it's not to undergo drastic reorganization of its social and political system. Consequently, then, it is literally forced to demonize other people and to criminalize other people as a basis for maintaining its own economic social system. And this is what we're talking about then when we talk about a scapegoat psychology. Some people were baffled when Bush, in the matter of a month or two, could turn Hussein from a friend into a devil. But when you understand what we call real politics, there's nothing baffling about it at all. Because the one constant that goes on in foreign policy is that of self-interest. And that's the only thing you're concerned with. If it maintains your self-interest, at one moment to say a person is your best friend, then you say that they're your best friend. If it maintains your self-interest to the very next moment to say that they're your bitterest enemy, then you say that they're your bitterest enemy, you see. And this is the kind of game. In fact, the phrase is that nations do not have permanent friends, they only have permanent interests. And consequently, when nations try to maintain their so-called internal coherence, they will make or break outsiders as a means of doing so. The black community then within this nation is used as that kind of regulating mechanism. It regulates the wholeness of the white community by performing the role of the scapegoat.